Good morning. Today is going to be our first ever garden tour. This is mostly so that we can track our progress because we're total beginners and we don't know what we're doing. And so in this, we're just going to be able to see how things are going and see what we learn along the way. So yeah, we're going to try and do this weekly and so we can track our progress. Okay, so this is the garden overall. This is what we have. Andrew's out here with us, and Remy is eating grass like a goat. But this is what we have. So we have peppers, tomatoes, different squash plants. Thanks, babe. And yeah, we're gonna kind of look at the progress of each one, see what we're doing so far, and just kind of track it as we learn. In this bed here, we have San Marzano tomatoes over there, and then cherry tomatoes on this side. And then in the buckets, they're mostly San Marzanos and I think one cherry tomato. And then we also have wildflowers that are starting to come up, and they're really little and cute. These just sprouted yesterday, so we're really excited about that. We put all the tomatoes in about 2 days ago and 3 days ago, so they are newly out here. And these are the first things that we grew with our grow lights, indoor grow lights, and so you can see some of them have this damage on them right here on the leaves. And I thought that was because I was hardening them off too fast and leaving them in the sun too long. But I had taken all the damaged leaves off once, and then I noticed the next morning that they were like that again. And what it was actually where those leaves were touching the top of the grow lights. So I have to be careful about that next time. But overall, they're pretty healthy, and I'm pretty proud of their progress. And they're a lot darker green now than they were even the day we put them in. I learned from Jess at Roots and Refuge Farms that tomato plants actually are dark green when they're completely hardened off, and that's kind of how you can tell they're ready. So it's pretty cool. So over here is our pepper bed, and well, we have on this side we have bell peppers, and these are sweet peppers. And we actually didn't start any of these. We tried to start some from seed and none of them came up at the time. And so we went out and bought these, and they're not looking great now, but they were really not looking great even when we got them. They were like pretty scrawny and squiggly, and it was actually right when the lockdown of everything was happening, and we realized that if we didn't get peppers, then we probably wouldn't get them, and there was a really limited selection at the store. So this is kind of what we ended up with. So we're taking care of them the best we can and seeing where they get. There's Remy. Hey, buddy. And we also planted back here honey nut squash. So these are ones that we started from seed inside, and they're looking pretty good. We put these out a couple days ago, and there's one back there, and yeah, they're all looking pretty good. Here's Remy. Hey, bud. And then this is our mostly squash bed. So we have zucchini out here, and then there's one butternut or honey nut squash back there, and then that last part of the bed is tomatoes. And we're looking at these, and these aren't doing too well. These have actually been out here the longest, and they've been out here a couple weeks now, and they're not as green as we would like them to be. And we just realized that, one, our soil isn't great, but we also just recently realized that we were underwatering pretty much everything. And that's why it wasn't doing so well. Like the peppers weren't doing so well either. And so we actually picked up a tip from, was it M.I. Gardner, on how to water things correctly? Yeah, and so apparently they need an inch per cubic foot, and so we had to do that calculation for everything. and then measure out the beds and all that kind of stuff. And then we measured out how long it takes us to fill up a watering can of 8 liters. We timed that, and then that kind of let us know how long to have the sprayer on everything. So we're hoping that all these plants kind of get better in the next couple weeks as they get enough water finally. We did notice yesterday that some of these are starting to get aphids. I don't know if you can see that right there. See right there, there's like aphids. And so yeah, we ordered some neem oil, and we're gonna see how that works.
Beans between every plant that we're waiting for.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot we planted those, and we also planted more marigolds in between, and they're starting to pop up. You can see like the little ones there.
This one.
Thank you. Yeah, so that's a little marigold, and then we planted beans in between everything. So hopefully those come up. We don't see any sprouted yet, but we just did that like last week. And then this tree. So we got this tree, I want to say last fall. So we've had it about 6 months-ish. And we were super excited. We just wanted a tree. So we just went out one day and bought one. We were not sure that it was gonna last the winter. We didn't really know how to take care of it, and our backyard floods really bad. Like this whole area back here floods with water in the winter time. And we got a cloth cover for it and kind of hoped for the best. And it made it, which is really exciting, and it's like super full. It grew a lot of leaves between the 6 months that we've had it, so this is really cool looking, and it's starting to get the blossoms, which are super pretty, and the bees are starting to come out for it. So it's been really exciting to see this little tree grow, because we really didn't think it was gonna make it. All right, well, that is our first family garden tour. Remy's upset about being picked up, but he kind of likes it sometimes. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But that is our very first garden tour. So we're going to try and do this weekly just so we can kind of document what's happening back here. But thank you for watching. Bye.